Alright. 38 active. It don't matter. We've all seen the numbers. Without a shadow of a doubt, East Brickton has done the impossible. This cannot be denied.
Me and Duke are the only people on the development team getting shit done. So the person that Factions was supposed to be delegated to hasn't done a goddamn thing within the past 3-4 months.
Alright, so I'm gonna stop him right here. He said they haven't done anything for the past 3 or 4 months, but what have you done for the past 2 months? It's been 2 months since we had this interview, and there's no faction update.
I think it is working. So the turf properties aren't working, but this is how it works. You click on the fucking Internet Explorer, and then it loads up your page, and then you can go to the. I'm just gonna show you.
By the way, if you haven't already, be sure to check out the Patreon. The link is on screen and in the description below.
Here goes your start menu. Here goes your dark web menu. Going even further. What is this? Oh, this one. Going even further, you can go to exclusive shops.
What's up, bud?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we had all this shit out. Is a lot of this shit, like, and that's why I've been emphasizing staff so much, because I believe a lot of this shit is staff related. A lot of this shit is management related. So it's on me to do better in terms of managing and getting the right people.
Now, I do notice that they dropped an event, and it's a dark web plus a map expansion. To what degree, I'm not sure. But this looks like the faction update that essentially everyone was waiting for. Faction owners can now purchase properties and upgrade their turf via faction points. These points can then be used to purchase laptops and gain access to a black market, which sells the most dangerous weapons in the game. I don't know why the number count is dropping like it is. It says 156 earlier, not even earlier, like 5 minutes ago, and then it said 138. Now it's looking like 110 if anything. So would I assume that there's like 20 people in the lobby? 142 active? I mean, if there's 142 active, but there's 109 actually playing in the servers. Damn, still banned till next year. I'm noticing now all these servers. This is weird. I could imagine someone's probably just making a new server so they can take advantage. Alright, character creation. I want to be a boy or a girl.
Tell me about a 12. I mean, trying to write me up. This is a robbery. All of my.
Must be Drake.
I'm not robbing these. Don't know nothing about a peso. Don't go in that room 'cause it's scary there. Do it like air.
I said lights cam. What the hell? Jeez, bro.
Got wear and tear. My brand new straight out.
Yeah, I actually don't want to be that tall. Let's be honest.
And you know I'm fresh to death too. I'm the reason yo left.
My character looks stretched just for being average height.
People trying to get me gone, had me in them handcuffs, wondering when I'ma make it home. So can you sit beside a phone? 'Cause he with a black king trying to take the throne.
I will say this, I think that the airplane flying in that intro finally now makes sense, given that there is actually an airport in the game.
They smelling.
Dang, everybody boxing at gas station all this stuff.
And I don't really mean to interrupt. I told the justice campus coppers I heard nothing. In my opinion, in the push to start.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot how long this intro was.
You can't afford, and I pay my taxes, so I'm your lord.
Did they fix the cars too? I feel like people are driving a lot better. I mean, they still got that car fallout glitch. I just saw that. It won't get past me. Oh hell no. They still got cars spinning for the littlest thing, bro. There's no way. Alright. I commented on this before, but like, I don't believe in telling people to stop hanging out at gas station. Gas station is the prime hangout spot because there's no other prime hangout spot. So Like, telling people to not be at the center of the map makes absolutely no sense. They need to stop telling people that they can't hang out here. If you're gonna do that, give them somewhere else to hang out. Like, people could hang out back here if there was stuff back here to hang out at, I guess. My idea before was like a lounge where y'all can sit. I think this area is probably new to me. I'm not sure if it was already here. Maybe when they said map expansion, they were talking about this area. Now, what this area is, I'm not too sure. It feels like it would be like a faction building, if I'm being dead honest. I think that might be the plan. I like how they added a park here. You know, it's nice aesthetic. It doesn't really need people to be at the park for it to just be a nice background thing. It would be cool if this stuff worked a little bit. And well, also, what are they gonna add in these 2 blocks of space right here? Like, why have these open areas but with nothing in them? It's like a half-baked update drop. None of these houses are purchasable. Yeah, maybe the intent is just like to add the new area to show like what's going to be developed. My problem is with it is that the time it took to do this, they could have also finished working on it. Knowing Marcus and the staff, it's going to be a while before they ever finish it. That's the real problem. If they were going to finish it after like a week or 2, I could understand it. You know, I could definitely vibe with it. Come back and check it again. I suppose I do like the vibe of like the amount of cars that are at the airport. I gotta say, it's like, maybe it's not that hard to add this many cars, but the fact that they're all different, that adds to the immersion, definitely. All right, so my next question is, what is the functionality behind the airport? I can understand that there wasn't actually an intent with that, but it is an area of the map and could be expanded on. Maybe there's like a turf that nobody knows about back there that, you know, a faction could access, or maybe it would actually allow for airplanes and helicopters to exist in the game. Now, I mean, I don't know how well airplanes would do exactly, but I could see helicopters maybe. I don't know what's going on here. Ferrari ladies. Am I legitimately looking at desktop playing right now? Did I just see Desktop, dude? No. Here is my test, right? Last time I clicked this gas station teleported into the main one. Is it gonna do that again? Click to enter race fuels. Oh, it's a new gas station. Hey, they actually fixed it.
I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna check it. It's something right here. Yeah, something right here. Alright. Hold on, this looks kind of good. It's like somebody's mama just whipped this up. Hold on. Let me see.
Interesting.
What's the sum of?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what your mama Yeah, hold on. Y'all really do this in this dirty ass place.
I'm not gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again. I presume you can get gas here? I mean, I saw someone pull up for gas, right? All the doors upstairs are locked for RP purposes.
Stop me. Who's gonna stop me?
Alright, so in this section I was talking about how a lot of things seem to be named after the Kentmore family, I guess. I don't understand it. Like, where does Kentmore come from? I could get, like, for example, if Destai was leading one thing, I don't understand why that has to then be everything. In the video, or in this scene here, they give an announcement saying that the party is at the Kentmore mansions. That means these mansions that we've been hanging out at for the longest time have always been the Kentmore mansions. Since when? I can understand like Kentmore jewelry being around. Like, I don't really mess with it, I'll be honest. I don't know who does. But then you also have Kentmore Law. A law firm? You go from jewelry to being a law firm. How? And then mansions. Alright, so now Kentmore is this huge monopolist company that is a part of jewelry, that is a law firm, and is now a real estate company. It's legitimately a real estate company. I mean, like, if you were to visit a real life mansion or like someone else's house, the house doesn't have a name. It's on a street, it has its number, but it doesn't have a name. The Kentmore Mansions. That means Kentmore is a real estate company too. Alright, so for this section, I sat here and I waited to see if this amazing house party would actually get shot up. The trope in East Brickton is that every party you go to will always get shot up. While I was sitting here, they were actually playing new music on the radio.
Yo, I'm a hustler. I'ma keep it grimy in the streets. Why care about you if you don't care about me? And that's how it's gonna be. Where you see yellow tape bodies outlined in chalk. That slick talk, that slick walk. Swerving on the FDR. Got a brick in my car. Yeah, I'm getting it off before I get pulled over by the cops. Yeah, now they getting the dogs. Gangsters, hustlers, streets don't love you. Cold as ice, but the block hot like summer. Gotta secure the bag, get them numbers. Move that white, get bread like wonder.
That's not something I had ever heard about this entire time. I think that they should announce this. If they really did add new music, I think they should announce it. Or maybe just talk a little bit about the songs that everyone just doesn't know about. Or maybe like update the music list that people were looking for before. Dang. Of course they got the pile outside and people yapping outside. Jamaican and Japanese and Yokohama. I feel like gang presence nowadays is probably reduced. But I think that's because all the real gangs are gone.
Vegeta, don't tell me you let yourself fall under poverty's spell on purpose!
I did. It was the only way I could gain the power to defeat you. You're mine, Kakarot!
Stop ducking. What y'all doing, bruh? What y'all doing? Get him. Stomp him out. Stomp him. Get him. Bro, come on. Don't plot me in, bro. All these wires gonna pop out, bro. All these
with me!
I just want to act like they're casual. You're not like that. If Riley was hitting him fingers on the ground, Riley wouldn't have lost, bro. He said, I let him hit me on the floor. Yeah, whatever. They're shooting inside? Nah, bro. Nah. We're going back to the old times? We're going back to how it was? Damn. I just got done saying parties don't get shot up no more. I guess they still do. Some things never change. So at this point, I was thinking to myself, okay, so here is basically the update. It was actually dropping the factions and giving people like long-term stuff to work on as far as factions. I guess a reason for them to start role-playing better. Like if faction points and the guns and special perks that way is the reward for that, then there's a reason for it, right? So there's that. The map expansion I do think was actually added. Like I can't compare it to anything else because I don't know. I've seen some buildings that don't have an interior, and my criticism of that will always be there until that changes, is why is there not an interior? Why did you add the buildings for there not to be an interior? I think we're past this point of, oh, I'm gonna work on it, or oh, it's not ready yet. Like we know you're able to develop this sort of thing. When you have someone dedicated whose job it is to develop this, if you can't do it, they can't do it. You have the fund to hire someone who can do it. Having played 5M for the first time, I'm now learning more about metagaming, and I think that message is metagaming. I mean, who announces that a shooting just happened? Man, I keep thinking I can zoom in like it's Minecraft, man. Dang. I think maybe they can add that, you know, so add like a button on the keyboard where you can zoom in, or do the Minecraft zoom in, so then like people who need to see in the distance are able to. OOC Roblox muted me, so just deal with it for now. Tough. Therapy office? It actually works. Orlando Cruz, welcome to our therapeutic retreat. How can I help you today? So, to my surprise, Rehab actually works. And not only does it work, there is so much decoration inside of it, it actually is crazy. If you haven't seen Rehab inside of the game, go take a look at it. It looks good. It actually looks like a legitimate therapy office. It looks good. Now, to get therapy, I'm going to say this a bit backwards here. Going through therapy, you have to spend, I think, 30 minutes inside. I can't confirm that because I wasn't able to actually do the therapy. It says you have to spend 30 minutes inside of the building, and then your effects can wear off. That is honestly pretty good. It's a pretty good idea. It prevents people from overusing it. Like, they do a shootout with Bloxer, and then they come back here, go to therapy for 5 minutes, and then do it again. You know, you're not gonna have that. Now, the counterpoint to that, who is able to go to therapy? When therapy costs 50,000, I'll say it again, 50,000. Who do you expect to be going to therapy? This is my same criticism of the lawyer stuff, of like when they were telling me how like the prices to hire a lawyer, what the process is gonna look like. Okay. I think you were saying you wanted it to be for players who don't always want to be involved in factions or PD things. Who would this cater to if the process is expected to take a week, possibly more, but the average jail time is only a few days? You know, they were saying it in the mindset of like, oh, it's gonna take like a week to process. If it's not longer than a week, then it's not really gonna get looked at. But it's also gonna cost you like 40 to 50 grand to hire a lawyer and have your case reviewed and such. You know, in that sense, I can understand that people need to get paid a fair amount. However, my biggest criticism was who's able to afford this stuff. In East Brickton, you're discouraged from doing crime. Any sort of crime, you're discouraged from doing that. So if the point of it is for you not to be doing crime, what are you supposed to be doing? Working jobs. Okay, so now you're working jobs and you're getting paid meager wages. And I say it like that because it might take you 10 or 20, maybe 30 shifts just to earn enough to do this. Imagine you're a new player and another player comes to you, hands you some Bloxer, because that was honestly how I got caught by Bloxer, right? My friend gave me like a pack of Bloxer and I thought it was like chocolate. He was like, eat the whole thing. So I was like, all right, cool. I mean, you know, it's just some food. It's not a big deal. I ate it and my character passed out and woke up somewhere else. After that, my character was drooling and crying and shaking and dying all at the same time. And I had to ask, bro, what did you do to me? What did you do to me? I got drugged, bro. I got drugged for what cost him probably like $100 or like $200 in the game. I don't remember the prices, but like for what cost him a very low amount, he was able to ruin my character entirely. And I'm not gonna lie, it was low-key funny, and I did play with it for a while, but it also got annoying after a while, so I had to make a new character too. Think about that. The new player comes in, they get drugged, or you as a player get put in a situation where you have no choice. If you're not a criminal and you're not a gangbanger, how are you supposed to afford therapy? How are you supposed to afford a lawyer? If therapy costs 50 grand, I cannot expect your average civilian to be able to afford this. It's too much money. Now the only people who can really go to therapy are the people who are the criminals, gangbangers, scammers, or what have you. All the negative stuff. Worse yet, the dupers. People who duplicate money or get exorbitant amounts of cash, however they do it, they're the ones who are actually rewarded with this sort of system, not the players who actually follow the way the system was meant to be. For those of you that enjoyed EB before and that aren't banned and don't have a negative experience with the staff, then yeah, I would say come try EB again. Make your story. I personally, I can't come back here. You know, I have my own reasons, and a lot of us know that, but that's not something that I intend to do. But I have to give credit where credit is due. They have provided like what we were expecting as a community. The stuff I wanted to see in January is finally here.